Hello, folks, and we're back with Kiki and Chelsea doing Princess Maker. This is part three. Uh, anyway, it's now July in our first year. We've been having her work on the farm, which she seems quite adaptable to doing, surprisingly. So, however, she has no refinement now because, well, working in the farm isn't exactly refined work, is it?
Not really. Not very glamorous.
All right, we actually now have enough cash to go to school quite well now. Do you want to go to school?
Okay.
Now, there. Okay, now, when we were playing last time, I didn't explain the festival quite well enough. There's four events in the festival. One is cooking, one is painting, one's fighting, and the other one is dancing. Dancing she won't be able to do until she's around 16 or so. But she can cook or do the other two. The fighting one is the one I normally use because after a couple of years she can start farming that, and you get 3,000 gold a trip on that, plus 300 for every match.
Cool.
But since you're the one wanting to play, which how do you want to raise her up? She can actually learn dancing now. I just like I said, she can't enter it until she's a little older.
Might as well put her in fighting. Doesn't she have to fight somebody eventually?
She doesn't have to, but some of the endings do require she have some high fighter reputation.
Eh, why not? It'll be fun.
Okay, and we can take her fighting again, or we can put her back in science again.
I don't care.
Or she can study theology. Or do
I
you
don't
want?
know.
Well, more about the festivals too is once she hits the age of 14, she has a rival, and there's four rivals. One is a fighter base, one is a magician, one as a painter, and one is a dancer.
Okay.
You don't
I-
have to have those, but I'm just saying that at age 14 is when a rival will occur.
Okay.
So you have no idea?
Yep. No clue.
Okay, hopefully her combat defense stat will raise because I've had a lot of characters I've played with never will raise the combat defense, and it's really irritating because the only way you can do it is by fighting. So you'll have like zero effect on it, and apparently, here we go, zero combat defense.
Oh.
Oh, and our friend, the alchemist science person, says, "It is science which frees mankind from the fallacies of mysticism. Come, let us begin our studies." She gained 22 intelligence points, but no faith. Faith stat is quite easy to raise, though. You can go play in a church or you can study theology.
Okay.
Also, I think this one decreases or increases your magical defense. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Okay. It seems like it'd probably increase your magical defense. Maybe.
Well, I know theology increases it a bootload.
Then maybe it decreases it? I don't know. Because he's like, oh, magic's fairy tale or something like that.
We can watch it the next time she goes to school.
Okay.
Oh, she says, I'm a great cook. I can make scrambled eggs salad.
She's a 5-star gourmet.
Apparently, she actually does want to do some housework.
Maybe we should let her then? I don't know.
Well, she doesn't get paid for it, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And to work in restaurant, you need art. So, if you want to do cooking, we need to put her in art class.
Okay.
Somebody will probably correct me wrong and say, "Oh, you're an idiot. No, it's this that." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just taking a guess here."
Well, I have no clue, so.
Yeah, me neither. I normally raise fighters. Oh no. Cooking reduces her combat skill.
Uh-ohs.
Okay, it's festival time. So, well, she can't fight, she can't dance, she can't cook, and she can't do art. So, what do you think we should try? Just for the silliness of it.
I don't know. Let's just close your eyes and click on something.
Okay, since she likes cooking, we'll try the cooking contest.
Why not?
The best chefs of all the land comes to the cooking festival. Uh-oh.
Uh, uh-oh, we are doomed for failure.
You are, you are free to make any dish you choose, provided it is ready by the time the sun reaches the western rampart.
Make scrambled egg.
You may use ingredients which have been prepared beforehand. Ready, set, go. She's chopping carrots. Okay, now that she's gonna sample the food, so do you want me to tell you what he says to each of them or just hers?
Just hers.
It wasn't us. They didn't even bother.
Oh man.
By the way, we scored only 3 points.
Out of what, 100?
120.
Oh, oh man, that is so bad.
It could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, it could have been worse. We could have gotten 0 points. It's an epic fail no matter which way you look at it.
Oh, right. She actually has enough to go to school now because the salary cut in. So,
Yay!
so shall we have her work on decorum?
Sure.
And just for the heck of it, we'll go ahead and test science one more time and see what stat it raises, if it lowers and decreases magical defense.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not bothering with the intro to the decorum guy because all you need to do is get up to 100 and then you're good. It doesn't matter what your refinement is.
Okay.
Yes, it decreases magical defense.
That's probably not a good thing.
Okay, then we'll have her study theology instead then.
Okay.
Oh, she actually grew a couple. She grew an inch,
Yay!
and she gained a little bit of weight. She's 93 pounds now.
Oh, that's okay. She's what, 10, 11-ish?
Yeah, I was just surprised because most of the time it'll keep pretty steady. I,
Maybe she ate too many sweets.
yeah, if we can get her to around 400 strength, that's really good. Same with Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can hit 400 of like each of those four main stats of Constitution, Strength, Dex, and Charisma, it can affect your ending quite differently.
Okay.
Luckily, that's easily raised by farming.
Yay!
So, would you have her plant anything? If your 2-year-old?
Molly? Well, she likes to play with my plants. I planted flowers, and she was thinning them out for me, which I didn't much appreciate because they worked so hard to grow. Usually I kill everything. I just didn't have the heart to thin them out. Maybe they'll all die now.
She's 11. Yay! Do we want to buy her a present?
Might as well.
Okay, it's no change from before. It's a doll, a teacup, a book, and a poetry book.
Maybe get the poetry book.
It's the most expensive one, and it's great for increasing magic stats.
Okay, what's the other book?
It just increases her intelligence. The other one increases her sensibility, and sensibility is used quite often in the magic stuff.
Then get the one that increases her sensibility, I guess.
We did, and she loves it. She's smiling with her eyes closed, with little blush lines under her eyes.
Okay.
Right, she can become a lumberjack, or she can work at the salon. The salon is one of the toughest jobs because that requires a high level of art.
Lumberjack.
Yeah, lumberjack is the what anybody who's making a warrior jumps immediately to after I get around 200 constitution.
Okay. Should we throw her into lumberjacking then? And then she can put on women's clothing and hang around in bars?
No, she's not old enough for that just yet. Yes, there actually is an age where she can go join a bar, and then she can go a little older. She can work in a sleazy bar. Okay, since she's in transition between job levels, we'll have her work at the farm and the lumberjack until she's good enough for the lumberjack. The lumberjack is exactly like the farm, except for it increases just your strength, and I think your not your constitution, but your combat skills.
Okay. You're combating trees all day.
Yeah, if you abuse a particular job, she'll actually comment it on her ending. Like, I had a general that I made. She commented that thanks to your help, I'm able to chop down trees quite easily with my sword. While she's a general. And then, of course, she also gets hunting job later on, which is the next combat one. She actually gets two extra combat jobs. There's lumberjack, which increases it somewhat, but it increases your strength like extremely bad. I mean, really good, high, high, high. And then there's grave keeping, which increases your sensibility quite
And your
high.
creepiness.
Yeah, and your creepiness. However, there's a unique event that happens in the cemetery if you work on that job with a high warrior's reputation. And
Do you get stall kids coming out and dancing around graves?
no, you fight a skeleton who thinks you're a knight, and if you win, you get like 5,000 or 3,000 gold.
Does he have like 6 arms?
Nah. Oh, looks like she's good enough for lumberjack. Yeah, all lumberjack does is increases strength.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Of course, when she dies, then she can run around if she's a gravekeeper, then she can run around as a ghost and make you chase her to get a hook shot.
Actually, the gravekeeper will scold you for the ghost appearing.
What? But if you can sell them to that guy in Castletown.
I know, but basically the idea is you're supposed to check the grave site and make sure that there's no bandits or anything around. So if you have extremely high sensibility, that means that the ghosts will appear quite often. And like I said, you get that one rare special event every once in a while.
With the sword dancer?
Yeah. And as you work the job, your magical defense raises and your magical reputation slowly increases.
Cool.
Yeah, lumberjack is the opposite. It'll increase your strength quite high and increase your fighter's reputation.
Okay.
She says that the church never has enough workers, so they're always got a lot to do there. Apparently, she likes working at the church.
Evidently. They don't pay a lot.
Do you want to do one for one, or do you want to do all farm?
I don't know.
Well, lumberjack increases your
Strength.
strength two per day, but no other stats, and a little bit of your fighter reputation. While the farm increases your strength and your constitution, but only 1 point a day. They pay out the same right now.
Okay, should we do both of them then? Then we'll get like what, +3 strength? Did some fighter reputation. Whenever else.
All right. The lumberjack also is one of the higher stress jobs. You get 4 stress per it instead of the farm, which you only get like 2 stress.
Okay.
Just for people interested out there, which I doubt nobody is. But we'll end this month off with a break.
Okay.
Yep, she's getting to that age. Uh, okay. Once you start getting into lumberjacking and doing that as a steady job, your stress meter won't go down doing normal work, so you have to pay her. You have to actually pay her her own money to uh, de-stress her.
Okay.
Oh, there's a fortune teller. Do you want to have a fortune told?
Okay.
Abracadabra, hocus pocus. I foresee that Tammy will become an ordinary housewife. Yeah, I'm with you, Cube. Really? She's chopping down trees quite easily, and yet she's going to be an ordinary housewife?
I
Who?
don't know.
To who? Paul Bunyan?
Or Bevis. Never mind, that was another reference to the Lumberjack song.
Oh, geez, I heard this other lumberjack song the other day. I can't remember what it was, but it was off of an old series of from. Oh, geez, what was it? The Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was aired like right after that. It was about these. They had these little 3 kids that live in a treehouse, and they were telling a story about some guy who walks in the forest and chops down trees, and then he asks the squirrel to get down from his tree, and then he happily sings, and then that's the end of the song.
Wow.
I couldn't find it on YouTube, and I really wish somebody would look up that song. I can't define where it is or what the place was, but somebody should find that song. Do it.